Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hockey fans of all ages, party people in the place to be. Thank you for joining us on the Scabbard. I'm Dave Valente. We're broadcasting to a new channel. I've had TikTok forever, but Restream now allows us to broadcast directly to TikTok. I'm going to try and stay kind of close to the center of the screen because I think you only see like the middle part of the show here. If you're watching on TikTok, give us a shout out. It might show up here. I'm not sure if the integration is complete enough that the comments that you make on TikTok show up. But if not, thank you so much for showing up. Give us a like, share, subscribe wherever you're looking at us from. Helps me get more reach when it comes to the show. Anyway, fastest 15 minutes in hockey. We talk about the Sabres game night. And tonight, the Sabres will be playing the Calgary Flames in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So the coming off a win, it was a good effort, not a perfect effort, but it was good enough to get the victory. Sabres get a lead early. Tage Thompson scores in the first period. But they once again showing the same habits they've had all season, blow the lead, go into the third period. They're down 2-1 on goals by Di Giuseppe and Elias Pettersson, who everybody wants Buffalo to take for some reason. I don't know that Elias Pettersson would want to trade to Buffalo, so we'll keep dreaming with that one. But anyway, good third period for the Buffalo Sabres. A couple of good goals up front. Uri Kulik scores to tie it at 2 by getting a stick down in front and redirecting a pass. And then JJ Peterka snipes one from the slot, gives the Sabres a 3-2 lead. They hold on for a 3-2 victory. UPL stopping 32 of 34 in the night, including several there down the stretch as the Sabres hold on for the victory. Rasmus Dahlin had it was an interesting game for Dahlin. He had 2 assists. It's all over the ice. But he had he had 5 giveaways, which is tops of the team, and 2 of them were really, if it wasn't for UPL, we would be talking about a different game. And I'm not sure what's going on with Dahlin. I don't think he's looked well for a while on the defensive end, or at least taking care of his end. The 2 issues, the most egregious ones last night were almost fanned passes or weak passes to get out of the zone. One was at the blue line, the offensive blue line that he partially fanned on and allowed a breakaway. And then one was down in his own zone where Connor Garland actually stole the puck from him and set up a nice chance in front. But he got 2 assists. Is it a situation where you're going to take good with the bad with Dahlin? I don't know. If you're paying him that much and he is your team captain, I don't know if you can settle for that. I think you need to hold him much more accountable for his play, because he's your captain. This is the guy that should be setting the example for the team. This is a guy that you're committing a good chunk of your salary cap to, and dedicating it to him for quite a while now. It's going to be interesting to see how long, because I don't think that lasts too long if in a Lindy Ruff locker room. But maybe a situation where people think that Dahlin's going to far outlast Ruff anyway. So, but just something to keep your head on and keep your eyes on is Dahlin's play. Yes, good offensive numbers last game, but 5 turnovers, 5 giveaways, 2 really egregious bad passes, could have really changed the makeup of that game. Let's talk about tonight's game. Calgary is 22-16-7. They are 4th in the Pacific in playoff position. A bit of a resurgence for Jonathan Huberdeau. Leads the team with 32 points, 18 goals, 14 assists. It's still a little disappointing. Again, this guy is getting paid a lot of money. Had a horrible season last year. Maybe playing himself into a position where, if Yeah, like at the end of last season, there was no way Calgary would have been able to get rid of him without taking on a considerable amount of his salary. Um, I still think that if they ever need to move on from Udo, they would have to take on a significant portion of his salary to get that done. But having a decent season, 32 points, 18 goals, 14 assists. Justin Wolf leads the goalies with a 2.50 goals against average, 917 save percentage, and a 16 wins on the season. So um, decent season for I believe it's his second full season in the NHL. So good young goaltender there for the Calgary Flames. They had met once before. The Sabres once again blew a 2-0 lead in the first period. They had goals by Benson and Thompson in the first period and kind of coasted the rest of the way. They were able to maintain the lead until I believe about 4.5 minutes left. Flames tied it up. They got it to a shootout. JJ Peterka got the only goal in the shootout to get the Sabres a 3-2 victory on November the 9th. To bring the Sabres record to 500 at that point seems like a long, long time ago. Anyway, three keys to the game: protect the lead. Again, it's not rocket science, not rocket appliances. It's um, you get a lead, protect the lead. Don't sit back. Continue to pressure. Continue to do the things that you need to do. Clean up the back end. We have had seven defensemen in the last game, 11-7 configuration. Um, a lot of the issues that the Sabres have are issues where players can get right in and have shots within the slot and lower. And it doesn't matter how well UPL plays if you're allowing chances like that. You're never going to be successful. So you got to clean up the back end. And again, a full 60-minute effort. Didn't even see it in the Vancouver game. They played well first period, played well third period. Second period, they were kind of ish. Anyway, let's talk about the Flames lineup tonight. This is per NHL.com, so take it with a grain of salt. Flames forwards: Jonathan Huberdeau, Nazem Kadri, and Martin Pospisil on the first line. Blake Coleman, Michael Backlund, and Matt Coronado on the second line. Rory Cairns, Yegor Sharangovich, and Andrei Kuzmenko on the third line. Ryan Lomberg Fluchter, Clark Bishop, and Jacob Pelletier on the fourth line. This is Clark Bishop's debut with Calgary Flames. He was just called up from Calgary of the AHL. Flames D pairs: Kevin Ball with Rasmus Anderson, Mackenzie Weegar with Danel Miramanov, Jake Bean and Braden Packle Pashal on the third pair. Goaltenders tonight: Dustin Wolf will be taking the nets for the Flames with Dan Vladar backing him up. Scratches and injuries for the Flames tonight. We've got Kevin Rooney, Joel Hanley, and Tyson Berry are scratched. Again, interesting to see Tyson Berry scratched. Injured Connor Zary with a knee injury. Sabres forwards, they're still saying that they may go 11-7. It looks like Jason Zucker is still sick, so he does not look like he'll be playing today. So I guess they think they're going to go with the at least NHL.com thinks they're going to go with the 11-7 configuration. So much like the Vancouver game, we've got Peterka, Kulik, and Thompson on the first line, Kozak with Cousins and Tuck on the second line, Benson with Krebs and Quinn on the third line, Mellenstein and Sam Lafferty are the extras on the forward ranks, and they'll cycle in and out. Interesting to see Jack Quinn down on the third line with Tyson Kozak up on the second line now. Sabres D pairs: we've got Rasmus Dahlin with Bowen Byram, Matthias Samuelsson and Owen Power, Dennis Gilbert, Connor Clifton, and Henry Jokiharju is the seventh defenseman. So just we'll be seeing a lot of switching up on the pairs there. Oh, I didn't update the goalies. It's UPL is going to be the goalie tonight with James Reimer backing up. No surprise there. Although, I will say this you do need to get Reimer in a game here pretty soon. It's been a while since he's played. and it's not going to be good if right now we're in a must win the rest of the games before the Four Nations face off kind of situation. So you don't want to roll a guy out there that hasn't played in a month. But yeah, we got UPL tonight again, with James Reimer backing up. I probably wouldn't want to play James Reimer against Edmonton, although it's going to be without Connor McDavid, which is always positive. So maybe, I don't know. Saber scratches. I had that up there for a second. We've got Nicholas Aube-Kubel with Jacob Bryson injured, Jason Zucker with illness, Ryan McLeod the upper body injury, and Jordan Greenway with that middle body injury. Tonight's odds for DraftKings, we've got Buffalo 1.5 underdog. The over-under is 5.5. Money line has Buffalo at plus 120. Play responsibly, kids. On this date, January 23rd, 1984, the Sabres wrap up a 10-game winning streak with an 11-0-2 January and a 5-3 victory over Boston. We need that kind of magic now. This week ahead, we've got Saturday afternoon versus the Edmonton Oilers, and then Tuesday evening at the Boston Bruins before the Sabres come home to play in Nashville on Friday. So we'll get a little bit of rest from their road trip after the Tuesday night game against Boston. Be able to get home to shovel some snow. So next episode is going to be Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern versus the Edmonton Oilers. So be there, be square. You pay for the whole seat. We'll only need the edge. But that is the show tonight. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok now, X, Twix, whatever they want to call it. Thank you for joining us. Give us a like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate it. And we will talk to you all on Saturday.